Good morning, Internet. Adam Bate here from B2Net Solutions. This morning we're going to talk about SPF records and setting up an SPF record in Plesk 10. Now, an SPF record is a sender policy framework, and essentially what it does is tells receiving servers whether or not this particular domain that is sending an email is allowed to send it or not. So what it does is it's a DNS record that describes the mail servers that are allowed to send email from a particular domain. So what we're going to do is just log into Plesk 10 and we'll show you exactly where to set up an SPF record for your domain. So we log in just like you would any other day. Click on Websites and Domains. From here, as I mentioned, it's a DNS setting, so this is something we put in our DNS records. We're going to click on DNS settings. Now, once we're in here, you'll notice right here we have 14 DNS records, and you can see the start of an SPF record right here. And what it is a text record with V equals SPF1. You can see the A, MX, and all. So right now, basically, there is no SPF record. Or our server is saying, hey, any server out there can send mail on behalf of the coffeebean.ca. And in order to reduce spam and in order to reduce sort of cloaking of emails, so I don't want any server to be able to send mail from my domain. I want, naturally I want the server that the website is hosted on, maybe my local ISP server, and perhaps, at most, maybe a server if, for example, if someone had a full-time job at work, wanted to send one from their office computer and wanted to send one from home, for example. So what we're going to do is just click on this in order to edit this line. Now, alternatively, if you don't have that already in there, you can click on Add a Record and just select text from the drop-down menu. But we're just going to leave the domain name blank with just thecoffeebean.ca. And we're going to change this, and the only thing we really have to edit is the all, or between MX and the all at the end. I actually have this all set up. So we're going to add in between MX and all, we're going to add the either the IP addresses or the host names in the form IPv4 : or IPv6 : and A : and I'll show you what I mean there. So we're just going to plug this in here. And so now our SPF record is in there. So you can't really see it here, so I'm going to bring it up in the text file here so you can take a closer look at it. And I'll show you what I have in here. So I have an IP address here. IPv4 : and this IP address. This is just the IP address of the server that my website is hosted on. So obviously this server, whether it be webmail or some sort of PHP script, you're going to want to allow to send email from this domain. My local ISP here on the East Coast is Eastlink, so I've also included eastlink.ca's SMTP server to allow myself to send email from home. And another example I have in here is, mywork.com. Now, obviously, this would be different for everyone. If you're working and your work has a different ISP than, your home system, you're going to want to include that, whether in the form of an IP or an A record that we have here. This line here, include _spf.google.com. Google has basically a list of allowed or recommended mail servers. So this mainly includes their servers. So if you're going to send mail from Google Mail or sort of Gmail, if you're using Google Apps in your domain, you're going to want to include this SPF _spf.google.com. And then again, just the all at the end means minus all, so no others basically. And that's all there is to it. And so that whole line is in here in the text record. You click OK, and you're all set. And just click Update here to make sure that. And you'll see it here. It now has the new the new value for that DNS entry. So that's all there is to it. This will dramatically reduce the amount of spam, not necessarily that you receive, but that your domain has the potential to send. On the flip side of this, if you manage your own mail server, you should activate SPF checking on your mail server. And what that does is it checks incoming mail sort of against their SPF records. Not every mail server does it. More and more new setups are requiring an SPF record, or at least checking it if one does exist. But that's SPF in a nutshell. Use it, learn how to use it. If you're running into any issues with it, always just open a ticket or hit us up on Twitter. We'll be happy to help you out. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the tutorial and have a great day.